So, when I watch a movie like Ford vs. Ferrari, this is how I view myself in my mind. But this is how it really is.
Hey, watch it, lady!
What's up, guys, and welcome to Movie Point's me review of Ford vs. Ferrari, the news film from director James Mangold, and it stars a whole bunch of people that include Matt Damon, Christian Bale, John Berenthal, Ray McKinnon, Caitriona Balfe, Josh Lucas, Noah Jupe, and Tracy. So in the early 1960s to late 1960s, Ferrari was one of the big names at Le Mans. If you don't know what Le Mans is, it's basically like a 24-hour race where cars constantly drive for 24 straight hours, and it's a big deal. Le Mans is a huge deal. And of course, Ferrari was the top dog. They had won for 4 or 5 years in a row, so they're like kind of like, if you're, from America, kind of like the Dallas Cowboys or New England Patriots of the race world. They are a big company, and Ford tried to buy them so that they could have a market in the race field. But of course, Ferrari got big-headed. They were bought out by Fiat, and Ford went on to design their own famous car with the help of Caroll Shelby, and the rest is history. Shelby became a famous person. The Ford Motor Company had a race car, and like I said, it's history. And that's this story. It's the story of how Caroll Shelby and Ken Miles and the Ford Motor Company built that car to basically take down Ferrari in the aspect of the racing world. And so this was one of my most anticipated movies. I was looking forward to it. Like I said, if you ever watch my, most anticipated video of the year, James Mangold had directed Logan. And Logan is one of my favorite movies of the decade. When I'm going to do my decade video, you'll see why. And I have every faith in the world in James Mangold. He does very good films. Everything I've ever seen him do, from Girl Interrupted to 310 to Yuma to Logan, so on and so forth. The guy is a master at what he does. He's a great, visual style artist. He, knows how to film things really, really well. As stupid as that sounds, he just knows what he's doing. And once again, he's completely blown it out of the water. This movie is fun. It's fantastic. It's riveting. Yes, it's very tropey and it's, biopic style filmmaking. But the one thing I've always said when it comes to those types of films, if you can make it interesting, if you can make the characters interesting, if you can do a justice to the material, you can create whatever you want and it will be fantastic. And that's what's exactly going on here. Matt Damon as Caroll Shelby and Christian Bale as Ken Miles are the stars of this movie. And there's reasons why they're the star. They're fantastic. They're almost Oscar worthy. I think Matt Damon is at his best here. He's had a lot of great career moments like The Martian, but he is so good as Caroll Shelby. He's a guy that knows his stuff. He knows how to put Ford on the edge. Matt Damon is just so good at embodying characters. This is another great performance by him. And of course, Christian Bale is a chameleon as an actor. He is just so much fun as that guy who just is so angry and just, he wants to be a driver, but he wants to put his family first. And he just see him and how he knows how the motor runs and how the engine works and how, the car just feels like a person. It's kind of like that scene in Speed Racer when Speed is with his brother, I think Rex or whatever. And they're like, can you feel how the engine's running? Can you feel how it turns? Can you feel when to go? And it's just, that's who Ken Miles was a guy who knew how to work a car. And the fact that, Ford kind of gave them carte blanche and designed a car to beat Ferrari, it shows, what it was and how it was and so on and so forth. But like I said, Christian Bale and Matt Damon are the stars of this movie, and they really show. Caitriona Balfe, who plays Ken Miles' wife in the movie, she is also fantastic. She is, a person who really roots for Ken Miles. That's the one thing I've always had problems with biopics sometimes, or just movies in general. The wife of the character is so worried all the time. They don't let their husband, do the thing, and then at the very end they do the thing and the wife is happy for him. But here the wife is always rooting him on. She's like, just tell me what you're going to do and I will follow you. And Noah Jupe, who plays his son, is also, good in this, even though with the limited amount of time he's in it. But you can just, the dynamic of the family and how it plays out is just really, really fun. John Berenthal is in this movie as Lee Iacocca. He's also, well, he does a really nice job in this movie. He's a lot of fun. He's a guy that is kind of the middleman, the gray guy, gray area guy, where he has to support the Ford Motor Company, but he really understands what Shelby can do and what Ken Miles can do. But he gets, enthralled with the Josh Lucas character, who is, I'm just going to say right now, he's not a well-written character. I know it's based off a famous person, but he's that guy that's always in the back or in the forefront as the antagonist, kind of putting down Ken Miles. And maybe this did happen, but I don't think Josh Lucas really works in this movie very well. It doesn't take away from the fact that he's in the movie, because thank God he's in a movie that's at least decent, because Josh Lucas unfortunately gets in a lot of bad movies. But I just think he's the weak link here, unfortunately. I also enjoy Ray McKinnon, who you might remember from Deadwood. He plays, basically his name is Pops in this movie, but he has a character named Remington. He's like Shelby's right hand man, and he's also a lot of fun. But every character in this movie is a lot of fun. And Tracy Letts, of course, plays Henry Ford II. And even though he is the CEO of the company, he really shows off how he wants to succeed and how he wants the company to become a new form of company, because you can only go so far being in the same rut as always. But this movie in a whole, like I said, it does have problems in the essence of the storytelling, where it does go on longer than, some parts are kind of slow and meandering. But when it gets to like the last act of the movie, when it focuses on the racing, when it focuses on those small character moments, it really does a nice job and does a fun job of telling you a story about how these characters did this thing. And when the races happen, when the vehicle driving happens, when anything is in motion, that's when James Mangold is at his finest, because it's exhilarating, it's fantastic. When you see the scenes at Le Mans, it's just like, it blows your mind how exhilarating it is. And for a movie that's 2.5 hours long, it really does go by quicker than you think it does, which is really impressive, because it's hard to manage a movie of that length without making it boring. There are some moments, like I said, in Dr. Sleep, where it does meander, but the movie just does a good job of giving you these moments in history and how these characters did that. And when it gets to, like I said, the Le Mans stuff, that's when it gets exhilarating. That's when this movie goes to another level. And to watch that they actually take time and effort to show you kind of how Le Mans works, and how the characters are, how after a certain amount of time the racer is currently racing gets out, and then another person goes in, because 24 hours, there's no way somebody could drive that long. But yeah, it's such a good movie. It's probably gonna go in my top 10, or at least some honorable mention. I'm still figuring that out. But it's a movie I definitely highly recommend, especially if you like just fun, driving movies, or fun, exhilarating movies and stuff like that. And it has great character moments. It's probably going to get some at least visual Oscars. I don't know where it's going to rank in like the best picture, best actor, stuff like that. But it's just another winner from James Mangold. It's another movie that just is good and entertaining, is fun, is just a great movie. So, but there you go. That is my take on Ford vs. Ferrari. Let me know in the comments below when you see it, what you think. Let me know what your favorite racing movie is, Days of Thunder or something like that. But otherwise, hit the subscribe button, join Movie Emporium, hit the notification bell at the top to find out what's coming next. And of course, comment below on any video that you watch on my channel. Otherwise, I'll see you guys on the next video. Peace out. What's up, guys? Thank you so much for checking out Movie Emporium. I really appreciate it. If you want to, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. Hit the notification button and the bell at the top. Find out what's coming next for Movie Emporium. Also, check out these 2 videos. They're amazing. I think they're awesome. I think you'll enjoy them too. But otherwise, thank you so much for watching, guys. We'll see you next time.